Okay, ma'am. I'll just begin. Huh?
Okay, start, please.
Okay. Today, we are going to. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Good
Yes.
morning.
morning.
Okay. I'm so grateful to our ma'am for giving opportunity to teach on this subject, direct method for teaching English. Today we will learn about this, and
Asma on your camera.
I have some slides, and based on this, I'll just uh, teach. Okay, what is the meaning of direct method? The method of teaching foreign language without use of mother tongue, without translation, and without study of material, via grammar, or involves association of words, symbols with their meaning by use of discussion, dramatization, gesture, and picture. And intense stress on listening and speaking skill. In the simple method, the method of teaching foreign language is a mother tongue without translation, without any material, no formal grammar. Yeah, without grammar, we have to speak the English language directly. There is no other way. This is the simple meaning that we have to speak directly. And it associates like symbol, meaning, and gesture and pictures. These are the methods which we can use directly to teach the English language directly. Okay, what is the definition of the direct methods? The direct method is named direct because meaning should be connected directly with the target language without translation into the native language. A simple means direct method is we are directly speaking language, English language. There is no other language which will help us to translate. It is directly we are using. This is the simple definition of direct methods. Okay, we will learn a bit about the background, how it happens, and why it happens. As well, I was just studying about the background of direct method of learning English. I found that 19th century European experienced a wave of increasing opportunity to communication, and there was a huge opportunity for the people to travel one place to another for trade purpose, and it required language. And then only the English direct language method was developed. Especially the person I will just show you. This is the person German Maximilian and Berthes. He was the person who emphasized, who gave more emphasis and advocated the direct method of English language. He said that this is the best method because sometimes what happens when we use the translation language, the main meaning miss out from there. And Maximilian Berthes, he emphasized to use the direct methods, and still there is an international school still exists in the Germany. And two, three methods he applied like present and practice and perform. These were the three basic principles that he used, like present, practice, and perform. We need to present ourselves well, and we need to practice, and we need to perform. These are the three steps that he used to teach the direct method language English. Okay, hope you are getting me. If you are
Yes, of course.
if you are able to understand and hear me, please make sign like you raise your hand, or you can just say something. Okay, what are the aims of the direct method? It enables a student to think in English. This is the aim, that they have to think in English, and then enable student to grasp what they read, hear, they grasp their mother tongue. uh, it enables them to understand very well, and then enables student to use an hearing language, like there is no hindrance for them. It is accurately they can understand the language, and then enable student to express their thoughts in fluency in English. And these are the few aims that direct method is being used to speak English. And next, we'll just go. What are the techniques? Learners are motivated to think in English. There is a huge motivation, and so that a student can speak English. And then learners are encouraged to ask questions and give answer in English. And these are the few techniques. I'll show you the picture after this one. And proper exercise for listening and speaking. There is a full exercise is being given to listen and to speak. And the use of various techniques, ads, charts, picture, and audio and video devices are used to make the direct speaking or direct speech or learn directly. Okay, I'll just show you the what are the role of teacher. Here, two important things. When we use the direct method of teaching language, we use the two more important things are teacher is and teacher, the role of teacher, and then the role of student. Two main characters are there. Like, what is the main role of teacher? Teacher introduce a new target language, word, phrase to the student, and there is no mother tongue. It is very simple that no other mother tongue is used, only English. Word, phrase, and all other things are used in English. The teacher has to play this role and then demonstrate and facilitator, monitor. The teacher is the source, learning by self-correction. It simply means that teacher is the main hero who teaches the language. And then a student and the role of student, the teacher and the student are more like partners in the teaching learning process. If teacher is teaching, then student is learning. And there is the partnership. If teacher is teaching well, but student is not able to get, there is no partnership, then a student will not get the language. And a student also has to be actively learner, an observer and practitioner, and target to understand and get the language, yeah, get the message what teacher is trying to teach. Okay, next we'll move. These are the few techniques, as I have just earlier said. What are the techniques? Like, we need to read aloud. Loud reading need to be applied, and then pronunciation need to be applied. Pronunciation, how to pronounce those words, it is very important. This practice need to be done. And then next, I'll just take you to the next slide. Okay, these are the few techniques, like asking the question to the student. These are the techniques. And dictation, teacher is sharing some words, and and the students are writing what teacher is saying, or teacher is dictating some passage, and the student need to learn it or write it, understand it. Okay, these are the few techniques. Like, these are also some techniques like map drawing, and then paragraph writing, and vocabulary memorizing, and then group discussion, or, yeah, activities. These are the techniques which can be used to teach English language directly. And these are the some other activities like oral communication. Teacher is teaching a student orally, and then grammar teaching also is their basic grammar. Like, picture is being used to teach the student, and then hearing and listening activities also can be adopted to teach the English language directly. Okay, what are the principle of direct method? Hello, uh, are you hearing me? Getting
Yes, definitely, sir.
okay, okay. Okay, principle of direct method. What are the principles? Some principles are like use of one language. The more and the important thing in direct method is we are not using another language, only one language, that is English. Use of limited vocabularies. What whatever the vocabularies we know, we need to use that directly. We should not get the help of other language or mother tongue. And then technique, teaching grammar inductively. We need to teach the grammar, basic things which is being used. Sometimes we use very tough language like literature language. It will be difficult for the learner or first stage student to get the meaning. We need to use which is or daily usable. And then stress on oral work. More emphasis should be given to oral work. And then emphasis on the correct pronunciation. We need to teach how to pronounce the word because it is very important. And then sentence as a unit of speech. A small sentence can be given to the student to learn and then use and speak. Direct association of word and thought. Whatever the word or sentence they know, they have to directly say. They should not take help of mother tongue or any vernacular language. They should express their thought directly. Okay, the principle of direct method, these are the also same thing, like direct association between thoughts and word. It is very clear. Uh, it should be associated with the thoughts and words. What the words or thoughts we have to express it and associate it with the particular language. Or emphasis on oral teaching, that also I've just said. And the unit of teaching in sentence, avoidance of mother tongue. Mother tongue should not be used. This is the simple thing. Mother tongue should not be used. Limited vocabularies. Whatever vocabularies that we know, we have to speak it. And extensive use of audio visual material. These are the, I think this point is very important because audio visual and material is very important, required, because a student can listen, they can listen and they can speak and they can visualize, they can see the picture. And this method is very important. For example, if I teach a student about the Taj Mahal and I use the particular picture of Taj Mahal, they will understand it very well. And these are the things which can be used to teach. And the stress on functional grammar. And there are literature grammar and there is a functional grammar. That functional we have to teach them. Otherwise, they will feel very boring. Okay, what are the advantages? Okay, here is a list of advantages. What are the advantages? Direct method helps learner to acquire the correct pronunciation. This is the first. And then it provides the better understanding. Okay, these are the advantages. And time saving, it is time saving because if I speak directly English and students are able to understand, and it saves our time. But if a student is not able to understand, there have to be another translator. And if there is a translator, it consumes time. And time saving is very important. And they're helpful in teaching idioms. It helps us to use the idioms and provides the better fluency of language based on the psychological principle and no gap between the active and passive vocabularies. These are the advantages. And these also are the some few advantages. Fluency in speech. It helps us to improve our English language and facilitates the understanding of English. What we know, we are able to understand and we are able to speak. And the natural method. And natural method, it simply means as we learn our mother tongue, we are learning the naturally same way the English language. We are not taking any other help. These are the advantages. Okay, no gap between the active and passive vocabularies. Like passive vocabularies, those vocabularies which we understand, but we are not using them in speech. And there should not be any gap between the active and passive vocabularies. We need to use both. And the psychologically sound. Psychologically sound simply means that it should be understood. It should be understood. Okay, time saving, developing task and English literature and teaching idioms. These all the same things which I've just said. And now, what is the disadvantages? Direct method is difficult as there is no use of mother tongue. It is tough at the beginning because a student may not get what teacher is trying to say, but gradually they will learn. This is the disadvantage, and it is not economical as it requires various teaching aids. For example, I've just said with you, there are a lot of like chart, pictures, and other additional things, and if it required money, and this is the disadvantages, and may not be suitable for average and weaker student. Those who are weak, for them it will be very difficult to understand. This is the disadvantage. It needs the competent teachers. If teacher does not know the language and they are not expert, it will be difficult. And that it gives a overemphasis on listening and speaking skills. It gives overemphasis. It gives the more burden to a student to listen and speak. And it is not effective in early stage of learning. Okay. And these are the same thing, just I've said, lack of competent teachers, overemphasis on oral work, lack of atmosphere, difficult and expensive method does not suit all these students. These are the same thing, and misuse of mother tongue. This also a disadvantage and greater and weakness in practice than theory and directly associated. Okay, here I conclude. Direct method is very effective to use the English language by the teacher to implement in their class. This is very important. And the student can understand easily if the teacher uses the direct method because this method enhances the communication skill of the student or focuses on the listening skill of the learners. Good for class of small size. Okay. Here I conclude. If anyone has any question, can ask.
Okay, brilliant performance by Sunil. First of all, clap for him.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, very nice, Sunil.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, if you have any question, please ask. Of course, I was just rushing very fast. Some of you
Any
may,
question, Deepika, Asma, Archana from Sunil, you can ask him.
and even I think please be free and you should definitely ask me question if you did not get, because I was rushing, that I know, and even you can critically evaluate because we are learning together. No, you should not only say, Sunil, you have done good job. I love more to hear my criticism, those who criticize me, because I learn more. If there was no clarity of thought, you can criticize, and even if it was not clear, you can say that also, because when I come next time, I will be more careful.
No, I think all points are very descriptive. You told very well.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Asma, any
much.
question, Deepika, Archana? You have
No,
any
ma'am.
question?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Everything
Okay,
clear.
Sunil, there is no any queries regarding direct method. Okay, you have done very well today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Very appreciated.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and select the topic for tomorrow, and who will give the speech or lecture on that? I think Deepika can perform well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we can assign her topic.
If I will give you a topic, you can present